Weird. Twitch's internet's shit in the bed. What the fuck are you doing, bud? Anyway, that was weird. It's like fucking Dutcher. Alright. Just gonna desolder this real quick. Going to cut off this burnt part. And I'll resolder it back on. See if that fixes my issue. Flux go. So we're going to try that first, because it seems like it's the easiest fix. So hopefully that is what it is. And then once I do that, I'll hold it and then I'll test spin it up, see if it does the same shit it was doing yesterday. Alright, so that's cut and resoldered. Now, how am I going to do this without chopping my fucking hand off? I don't think there is a way. I'm going to have to put the top back on. Yeah, I really don't think there is a way. It won't take me long to put the top back on, so I'm just going to screw the top back on real quick. I'm going to start there. I'm just going to check and make sure there's no other issues here. Everything else looks like it's good. My voltmeter. I'm just going to check this real quick to see if it's shorting. See where it's shorting. That's not good. Is that to the frame? Yeah, this is shorting to the frame. Alright, I gotta unwrap this ESC and check this. It's based on what I'm seeing right there, it's shorting out to the frame somewhere. So we're gonna open this bad boy up. I'll have to rewrap it later. It can't be shorting to the frame unless it's on the motor itself. check it again. We're going to check this again. Well, that's awkward. Now it's not doing it. And all I did was untape it. Well, that's a curious one. Very, very curious. Let's, I'm not going to plug in the VTX right now because I'm not using it anyway. Just put in a couple screws in this so I can put the battery back to it. Do this so the battery doesn't fall when I'm fucking holding it. Where is my controller? Alright, well, should we see if it turns off again?
Switch warning.
Make sure I'm not going to chop any fingers off. I'm not. Nope. That fixed it. So it was that. Wow. It's crazy. Problem solved.
Telemetry lost.
So let's put it back together. It's one way to clean up your workspace. There's blue shit everywhere. So let's put it back together, and then we'll do a little test flight on the lawn and just continue our line of sight test. That's crazy how a little bit of solder can fuck a wire up, or a little just touching a wire like that. Fucking blue shit everywhere, man. Alright, so I need to zip tie down my receiver so that doesn't move again. I need to plug in my VTX. I need to retape all this shit up right here. Let's get some tape and let's get to it. There's the tape. Dropping shit off the wall everywhere. It's a lot easier when the blades weren't on. So this one is not going to look as clean as the last one, that's for sure. The last time I did it. Because it's not very easy to wrap. Ow! Yes, love. What'd she say? Alright, well, there you have it. Smiley faces are good. Well, having a job's better than not having a job. That's what I told you. It'd make you a better nurse. I'm gonna pay you off. Are you gonna get your cool schedule that you wanted to do? Right. Who will be gone? Oh, yeah, probably. All right. You got to start in the trenches, baby. Slug it out. Yep, can't be a lazy turd. I know we all want to be lazy turds. You just can't be one. All right, we'll call her, then call me back. Love you, bye. It's nothing like telling your wife she's a lazy turd. All right, well, we got that put back together. Let's get this all fucking zip tied up. So I need a zip tie. I need a zip tie for my receiver so that doesn't go flying around. Go. Do that like that. Plug it. So now my receiver is nice and locked in. Now the only thing else that needed to be locked in was the VTX because it kind of was floating, but if I pinch it with the battery like I did, it ain't going nowhere. Oh, I need to plug it in too. Let's see if I can get it plugged in. Especially since I just screwed this shit all down. I should be able to plug it in still. So I use the two-finger method here. Fucking gardeners here blowing down. No way, Bulk. Gardener's blowing down my neighbor's driveway. This shit's loud as fuck. Jesus. Go out there and yell at him. Can't you see we're fucking streaming? Out there with a fucking bat. Oh, what do you know? I have a bat somewhere right here. Here we go, Bulk. Here's my bat. Fucking get it. Oh, wrong bat. There we go. Now we got the Louisville Slugger. Go out there and whack that fuck with my bat. So turn that shit off. So I'm just got to. There's a plug right here. I got to plug in. See, empty plug. I'm gonna plug that in real quick, and then I'm gonna show you my front lawn, Bulk. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. We're gonna go out on the lawn. I really should have done this while it was not put back together. It would have been a lot easier. But, you know, this fucking guy and his blower, dude, he's about to get beat. Fucking pain in my ass, man. I should have plugged this in first. Come on. Alright, I gotta take the lid off. I'm gonna spend more time trying to fucking plug this thing in with the lid on than I would just to take it off real quick and do it, and then screw all this shit back in. So, thankfully the guy's blowing the other side of the house now. I'm gonna go attack him with this drone. Takes me 2 seconds to take these screws out. I'm gonna spend 5 minutes to save 2 seconds. Does that sound about right? Alright, so we got the lid off again. Now let's fucking plug it in this time right. Okay. So we're just gonna bring that up all over here. Alright, so now it's plugged in. Now we're golden. Look at that. Took us half a second to do that. Let's just get all these little slots lined up for the camera mount. There we go. Alright, we're good. Screw her back down. You're going to say to me, well, Twisted, how are we going to watch you fly it on your lawn? I'll show you guys. You guys are going to love it. One, I could put the camera that way, or the other option is just to show you guys the actual camera that's on this thing. And you can watch me kind of hover it around. Just doing a non-FPV flight. Just to make sure I don't kill myself with this drone. These speed handles are amazing. Love these speed handles. These things are so good. So it just makes life so easy when you have these little handles. These screws are just nothing. If I had to use an Allen, it would suck. Like a little Allen key. But look at that, bam, done. Ain't nothing but a chicken wing. So, GoPro on. Wish I had the angle block, but I do not have one yet. Make sure that that's out of the way. Looks like it is. So then this would go like so. Try and push the battery as far forward as possible so that it keeps the center of gravity good. You can't have a fucked up center of gravity, Bulk. We're going to feed this guy through here, and we're going to double strap the battery on, just so I don't have any snafus. Like so. Okay, there we have it. We are fully assembled again. It's Vietnam's Veterans Day. Thank God I wasn't in Vietnam. It'd be my day. Plus, I'd be older than dirt. Well, Bulky, should we give her a spin on the lawn? Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you, Bulk. Oh, man. I left this on all night, didn't I? Oh, well, just plug it in real quick and charge it. Just got to charge the battery. So I'm going to bring you on down. Yeah. I know you're going to get seasick right now. Hang on. So bear with me, Bulky. So this is a receiver that I have right here. The name changed again. It's supposed to say Martian, not Rotor Riot. Let's get that glare off there. There we go. So that's actual camera. You're watching the front of the drone. Now I'm going to take the drone and I'm going to take it out onto the front lawn and we're going to do a little test flight. And you can watch the test flight from right here. So I'll be right back. Nope, it is still fucked up. We are still having an issue. You still need a shave? I know I do, but hey. What do you want from me, Bulk? Jesus. So we're still having that ESC problem. So I wonder if I am better suited, Bulk, to just cutting this one that's on here off. And I have a spare, and then just putting the spare on. It's either a bad motor or it's a bad electronic speed controller. This blade got fucking tore up on that last crash. The rest of the connections on this ESC look fine, so I don't know what the problem is. So, kind of up shit creek without a paddle. So anyway, let's get you reconfigured. Let's get you back to where you belong. Alright, let's get this little fucking doodad up here. Alright. This needs to charge, so I'm going to pull this out right here. I'll leave that right there. Put all this shit behind me. Well, I'm guessing we have a bad electronic speed controller. So, I'm going to try. I really think it's that. It can't be the motor. The motors are too high quality to be that. So I have a spare 30 amp little beat right here. So I have a spare one right here, and it's the same thing. It's just these are Maker Fire, and this is a Little B. So I'm going to swap over, I think, to this ESC, and then I'm going to bitch at the manufacturer on this other one. They sent me a fucking bad one. So that's kind of what my thoughts are. So I got to take the blade off. We're going to tear all this apart again. I got to take the top off. I got to do all this stuff. But we're going to replace this electronic speed controller because I really think it's that. And if it isn't, then it's a bad motor. But I really don't think it's a motor because Like I said, this is a really high-end motor. These are really high-end. They're very expensive. So I really don't think it's that. But I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible. But if it's that, I'll be shocked. I will be absolutely shocked if it's that. So what's good? How's it in the fucking Queensland? In the Queensland, Bulky? You hanging in there? How's the missus? Seen you've been playing Rust lately. I need a... Oh God! You had to have your jaw reset? Did you get in a fight with a fucking Muslim and get punched or what? Jesus, Bulk, that sounds painful. All right, fire up the torch again. God, did they wire your mouth shut? Are you drinking soup through a straw? Sounds like my wife's getting a job though, so that's good. My wife graduated from nursing school. She was having a little bit of a difficulty getting a job she wanted. So she's finally settling for a job she can get. So, because I am done with the police department finally, after 20 years of fighting them. So I'm going to desolder this motor. So I'm just basically taking off these 3 motor wires that come from this ESC. I'm trying not to burn myself again, Bulk, because I did that last time. And then I'm just going to desolder these power leads. If I can get the solder to melt. Jesus. That one. Let's take off these 2. Come on, melt. Fuck. There we go. That guy's off. Last one is this big one right here. Alright. So we got that guy off. Now I'm just going to clean this up a little bit, since it looks like shit. It's liquid electrical tape is the shit I'm peeling off. Just gonna heat this up real quick and then pull out of it. Just give it that nice little bubble again. Just the cap for this, so don't fuck this up. Just remind me that cap's on there, Bulk, because I'll forget because I'm retarded. Alright, so we're going to install this little bee 30 amp. It's comparable. Oh yeah. God, that sucks, Bulk. It sucks. Sorry, bud, that you had to go through that. But so this is comparable to the rest of these. They're all 30 amp. They're all BHEL 32, BHELI 32. So it should technically work. I'm gonna not run it in D-Shot 1200. I'm gonna run it in D-Shot 600 because the other ones are running on D-Shot 600. So I just have to basically cut my wires to length and then solder this bad boy in the place of that other one. And I just have to make sure I don't cut my wires too short because I did that last time. Fucked myself. So I'm just gonna basically get a good length on this. I have to tin up these pads on this side, get the lengths down, cut the wire, strip the wire, and then solder those down. And then the last thing I'll do is solder the signal wire and ground down up here. So that's kind of what we're looking at for this repair. This is a better quality ESC, I believe. From everything that I've read, I haven't tried individual ESCs yet. And ESC stands for engine speed controller. Anyway, Little B makes very good ESCs, and I ordered a bunch of these. I thought I had ordered 5, and I only got 1 because I'm an idiot and I was fucking drunk or something, and I didn't click purchase on the other 4. So I ended up going with the Maker Fire because this came from China and this came from Amazon Prime. But I am now seeing I should have stuck with what I was intending to do originally, which was buy these. So I will email the manufacturer back on this, and I'm gonna, if it is a bad ESC, I'm going to tell them that they sent me a bad one, and then I want to RMA it. So, but I'm gonna, and instead I'm gonna stick on this Little B in the interim, and we'll see if we can't get it to work. And if I get another one of those, then I'll just throw it in the box as a spare. You know, it's always good to have spares. And I'll show you, I'm collecting quite a bit of shit for this hobby. I almost can't help myself, so I bought another fucking drone to build. I'm kind of retarded, Bulk. I still have one in the queue, but now I have this little guy. Look at how small this guy is. Gotta find the frame. This is an HGLRC Hornet, and the reason why I'm giving this a go is because I gave HGLRC a bunch of shit on my blog, and I talked to one of their sales reps. So he gave me a really smoking deal on this, and he RMA'd the part that I had bad. He actually sent me a new one. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna build this little guy. Normally they sell it complete, but I told him, I said, look, I don't wanna buy a complete one. I enjoy building them, so I want to build it. So they sent me the parts. They gave me about, I don't know, 30% discount on it. So I'm gonna actually build this out live here for you to watch. So this little guy's gonna be fun. Look how big it is, Bo. Look at the size comparison. It's got little 2-inch blades. It's gonna be fucking awesome. I'm gonna zip this thing around my house. It's gonna be amazing. So I like building drones. So we're gonna build drones in this channel. This is gonna be a drone building channel. If you ever want me to build you a drone, let me know. Because I actually enjoy doing it. And I'll build it live here on the channel. Fuck it. So, but this is also in the queue. I have this guy also in the queue. This is a Real AC Furious F220 or some shit. I got this guy still to build. I got a lot of shit to build, man. So it's gonna keep me busy. And then between that, I found parts for my son's drone that I broke. So this is a DYS Elf. So I'm gonna fix this live on the channel also. And then the other thing too is I'm dropping frames right now, Bulk. I know it's skipping, but I put a plug in for internet. I just have to hook it up with my router, and then I can direct wire my laptop into it. So we stop having these frame drops. I just got to do it. I put being a fucking turd and just get it done. So I'll get that done too one of these days. All I got to do is go put the plug on. I got to go in the attic, fish it down, and then put the plug on it, plug it in. We got internet here. So. But let's get this part done. So I'm going to tin up. That's not good. I lost one of my tubes. That shit must have got cut off when it rolled over. That's no bueno. I'm gonna have to redo the tube. So I'm going to tin up this ESC. So I'm just going to take some flux, cover the pad, smear it on there good. Flux just attracts solder and metals together. That's all it does. Get all that nice and lathered up. Slurp it on there. We're going to grab our handy dandy expensive soldering iron. We're going to clean the tip off real nice and shiny. Maybe put some more water on my sponge. We're going to give it a little good coat of solder here. Get it nice and hot. Then we're just going to basically feed solder to this pad if it'll stick. Whoops. Come on. There we go. This one I got a little too much on. Okay. Now that we got that done, so those are all globbed up. So then we would just sit this down and then touch these wires together. Come on, fucker, quit playing with me. Who's that guy? Who's that guy? And there's that guy. Alright. So that is now affixed. Give myself a little bit of room that way. Okay, so I'm gonna have really short wire runs on this one. So I need to cut that right there. So I'm just using my fingernail to kind of press into the silicone coating on the wire to show me how long it needs to be. Always save your wire because you never know when you're going to use it. So this guy, that's even long. I cut it too long on that one. So this guy is going to be right here. But as they say, I'd rather be longer than shorter. If it's too short, it's going to suck. Alright, I'm going to bring out my handy dandy dude. Later, Bulky. It's good seeing you, bud. It's good seeing you, Bulky. Alright, so we cut that back now. Just going to spin these up if I can. Just get a little twist on them. But pre-tin these wires, and then I'm going to join these wires with these wires. This one's probably just a cut hair too long, so I'm going to cut this back actually a little bit, and then we'll recut it. Just got to be careful we don't cut it too short. Had that problem last time we put this together. Alright, there we go. It's looking good. Okay, so now I'm going to join that with that. That looks pretty good right there, boys. Looking good. I think Chris told me to text him when I was live again. So let's text Chris real quick. Get Chris in here so I got somebody to talk to. So I'm not talking to myself. All right, set that off. So I'm going to tin these wires real quick. Get the iron. Give it some fresh solder. Now, I saw a dude using a pair of tweezers. I need to get me a pair of tweezers. Or you know what I could use? Actually, I'll be right back. I'm going to use those forceps that my wife has. Get it, forceps! I was watching Cyclone FPV. He was using tweezers, so I'm going to try using forceps. Especially to like hold this down so I don't burn myself. Positioning. Now, let's get that schmegma off there. I realized we had a runner. Bring my station over a little closer. Okay, now let's see if I can join these two without burning my face off. That's not really joined, it's just laying on top of it, but I'm just going to switch hands because it's easier for me to do this shit with my right hand than my left. Switch ankles. Okay, that guy's joined. Doesn't look the prettiest, but it'll work. That guy's joined too, but that looks like complete and utter dog shit, so I'm going to fix that real quick. I should probably do this left-handed. It'd be easier, but there we go. That guy's joined good now. Yeah, that looks good. I don't see any extra solder anywhere. I think we're looking good there. So connections all look good. Now we just have to set up these. Back here, little rat. Get up here. Come here. Okay, here we go. It's a little too much. Just trim this down a little bit. It's a little bit too much. There we go. Can't wait till this guy's gone. Jesus, been mowing my neighbor's yard for like 10 minutes. More than that. Okay, so those are stripped. We're going to tin those up. Tinned up. Now I just need to bring them over here and join them. So this is going to be the challenging part because of the angle. So I'm going to spin the drone away from me. Then I'm going to grab my handy dandy doodads right here, and I'm going to try and preset these wires. That's what I didn't want to happen. I don't want it to angle down. Well, there's one. There's two. Okay, so those two are rejoined. Feeling like it's looking pretty good, I guess. As good as it's going to get. I might have to reconfigure the ESC because it has to spin the right way. So I'm just going to check that real quick in Butterfly. So I'm using Butterfly. So I'm going to check to make sure that this thing is spinning the right direction. So I'm going to plug this in real quick. This is the only problem with this build I didn't recognize, was that this plug was going to be in the way of that USB. I should have seen that, and I'm stupid and didn't. So that's the only problem with this build so far. So we're going to load Butterfly Configurator. I'm going to connect to the drone. I'm going to check this motor's spin direction. It should spin the same as this one. So it should spin this way. So it needs to spin this way. I need to make sure it does. If it doesn't, then I have to reverse it, and then we'll go from there. Can I do it in? No, I can't do it in here. I need to check it first. The butter's taking forever to load. Close this. I don't need this open. I don't need Notepad open. Fucking whatever. I don't need that. Close, close. No, don't save. Don't need that. I'm just going to use this one for now. Don't care if there's a new version. Okay, so I have to plug in. So I have to be very careful what I do here, because I could chop myself pretty good. So, because there's still blades on here. Okay, I'm going to just to make sure that this thing doesn't spin up and fucking chop my hand off, I'm going to put my hands right here and hold it down. Now I need to just check. Oof, I almost got myself. So it's motor 4. Okay, it's spinning the right way. Alright, so we're going to disconnect from here. We're going to unplug the battery. Okay, so we're good. So it does spin the right direction. Oh, I just need to make sure that we're running D shot. 600. I think we are. Configurator. Yeah, we are. Okay, that's fine. So minimize this. I don't need that right now. Let's get our chat window back up. Alright, I can unplug this. Okay, I'm going to put it back together again, and we're going to try flying again, and we'll see if we have the same issue again, and if we don't, then it was the bad ESC. Oh, I guess I should fix this antenna too. Alright, so let's spend a minute fixing this real quick. I'm going to have to cut this off. Just going to go nice and slow so I don't fucking cut my finger off. Again. Chopped my finger last time doing some shit like this. So there we go. Now it's just coming off. Oh no, fuck. I did not want that to happen. Shit. More repair to do. Fuck. Looks like that just snaps in though, so. Damn it. I did not want to do this. Just when you think you're done, well, you're not. It's fucking never ending. These fucking things. You want to talk about a money pit, man? These fucking things are money pits. So this looks like it's just one of those little shitty compression fucking deals. Maybe use some sort of like weird glue on it. Keep it from coming out. Okay, this is kind of a pain in the ass doing it in here. Maybe I can get some more leverage though if I undo that. This is like one of those MMX, MMC connectors or whatever the hell it is. But it's just in a shitty spot that I can't really get a downward push angle on it. So I might have to take it out all the way, which is going to suck because I have to cut this other one off then. And then redo the whole thing. So I can get this on right now. Oh, I might have got it. Okay, I think I did get it. Okay, so now you get taped back on. Okay. So that just snapped back on. It's not a big deal. Just a pain in the ass though. So now I gotta redo this antenna completely. So I don't even know where the other one got ripped off. I'm gonna look for it. It's probably on the lawn somewhere. Problem is it's green and it's on the lawn, so I'm never gonna fucking find it. It's whatever. We'll just pick a new color. What color should we use, guys? Oh no, what did I just lose? Another motor. And my straw tubes. Be right back. Gotta go under the desk. Oh god. Alright. Use like yellow or something. Okay. Bye. Alright. Let's try yellow. This doesn't need to be that long. Okay. Okay. We got our little hole popped. So I'm just going to feed this tube in. This antenna down in here. Alright, so I'm going to get the heat shrink. Wherever I just threw that big old piece I had. Cut this down. Get my heat gun. And then I'm going to bend this antenna and shrink this tubing down. So, we'll two birds with one stone it right now. Okay, we're just going to let that cool off like this for a second. Once that's nice and cool, it should hold this shape. Now we're done. So we're done with that part. I just have to re-zip tie down this antenna or my transmitter again. Fucking do all this again. And put the lid back on. I'm not going to tape up this ESC until I'm sure it's going to work. 100% sure. And once I know for sure it's going to work, then I'll electrical tape that down. But at this point, I'm going to put this thing back together. And we'll give it another spin on the lawn, see what happens. So I'm just going to tighten this back down. Get it back in frame so you guys can see what we're doing. We're just basically screwing this all down again. Then I'll re-zip tie down the free sky receiver, and we'll put the lid back on, and we'll put the battery back on, put the GoPro back on. So I want to. And I could not fly it with a GoPro right now, but it's going to be a GoPro in machine. So everything I do with it, I want the GoPro on it, because that's what I intend to do with this drone. Just fly with a GoPro. Try and get some crisp video of flight video with it. Lid's back on. I gotta put the propeller back on. Find my 2.5. There we go. So this is a reverse threaded motor. Okay, that's back on. Stick this bad boy on. I need to get a mount for the GoPro. Either a foam block or like an actual. Turn off my soldering iron so that doesn't fuck up the tip again. Tighten that down. If I eject this battery, it's because I'm really trying to. So there's generally no way in hell this battery is going to get ejected. All right, well, we have it back together. Should we try it? You guys ready for the test? Plug this bad boy back in. Oh, lens cap's on. Focused in. All right, let's go try it again.
Welcome to OpenTX.
Here we go.
Trouble warning.
I think, I don't know. So it's not the ESC then. I thought 100% it was going to be the ESC, but it does not
Receiver still connected.
seem to be that. So I'm going to swap motors, I think. So I'm going to take this motor and I'll probably just do the same motor that spins the same direction. Swap those two around and then see if we spin out the other way. And if we spin out, if that motor then causes a problem in that other port, then if that motor causes a problem in another port, then it's obviously a motor problem. But that sucks. Well, I did not think in a million years Armattan would send me a bad motor. Never. It's a fucking expensive ass motor. And if it is a bad motor, well, I'm gonna cause a stink. I already cut an ESC off. Oh god, I never would have thought it'd be a bad motor. So unfortunately, let's take it apart again. So I'm going to unwrap this motor, take this blade off, unwrap this motor, take the blade off, unsolder here, swap motors, resolder, and then we shall see. It's crazy. If it's a bad motor, I'm gonna lose my shit. Yeah, this one goes that way, yeah. I had to think about that for a minute. It's a reverse thread motor. Okay, so let's undo our motor screws. That's crazy. If it's a bad motor, I don't know what the hell I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to obviously RMA it. Good thing I already got all the video evidence. I'll just link them all these videos if they really want to watch me troubleshoot what the hell the problem is. Let's desolder this guy. Soldering iron on. Take this guy off if he even comes off. Damn, he's stuck really good. That dude was stuck. Where is the end of this tape? It's right here. There it is. This tape off there. Okay, so we're going to desolder this guy. Well, he was just soldered on there. Gonna desolder this guy. Actually, I'm gonna unscrew this guy real quick. Just get my tip nice and hot. I'll let schmegma off there. Okay. Schmegma. schmegma on the end of my tip. It's nothing like having a schmegma tip. I gotta unscrew this motor. Fucked up thing is, I think these motors are out of stock too. That means I'm going to be waiting a long time to fix this, which is not cool. Alright, so this guy's off. This guy is off. Fuck, I hope my wires are long enough. It's going to be close. I haven't Loctited them in yet because I'm going to see if it's long enough. That's kind of what my snafu is right now. Okay. It's going to be close. Real close. Might be able to get it to work. It's real close. I just gotta make sure that I got enough. So I gotta kind of do it. That's not the greatest, but I gotta kind of do some shitty stuff with this to get to work. Kind of had to create a little bit of a solder joint to get it to work, because the wires are too short, but I mean it's really close, so it's not like it's way short, it's just a little bit short. Okay. Hot. Come on, you fuck. Where's the forceps? Okay. All right. Do I even spend any more time fucking on this? I mean, kind of thinking that I just leave it with 2 screws in each and fucking try it again. Just make sure they're tight. Because if it spins out like that again, I have a fucking bad motor anyway. And it's this guy. So if it goes this way this time, so if you're watching and it goes that way, it's a fucking bad motor. So I'm not even going to spend any more time trying to get it set up right, because it is what it is at this point. It's really going to suck because these motors are out of stock. Means I'm going to be waiting a long time for a new motor. Where is the other motor screw? Crap. One of these is it. I don't know which though. It's probably this one because I didn't use any blue Loctite on this. It's a reverse threaded screw, so that's why I gotta make sure I found the right one. Pain in my ass. Yeah, it's this one.